Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in.
Yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Beno. Let's go. Now happy hour things, you know. Hang out with you, babe. It's our vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn. We're shining bright. Oh yeah. You be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat, make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with smiles non-stop. Sip and chill with you, be the energy on top. You be stories, dropping them every day. Wisdom for life, the African way. From the grind to the glory, hear what we say. Tune in now, don't delay. Hang out with you, be it's a vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn, we're shining bright. Oh yeah. Stories, life lessons time. Hey, on the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. Join the sister circle. Oh, what a scene. CC Inca, honey baby, and I be so clean. Talk love, talk life, talk dream supreme. Empowerment vibes like a royal queen team. Apollo Sunday school when the beat gets low. A moment of reflection, let the spirit flow. Men of God speaking wisdom, you should know. Faith and vibes on the Uncle Beno show. Hang out with you, be come catch that light. Oh yeah, you be stories, keep your heart so bright. Yeah. Join the sister circle, feel that fire. Oh yeah, Sunday school for your soul so right. UP Nation, we rise together, love and vibe forever. Uncle Beno show, yeah, we outside.
All right. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? Today is Tuesday, the 28th of July. Yeah, it's July. I almost missed that. All right, we're back on our new segment, Ask UB and Real Fam. First off, how is everybody doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Please do me a favor, drop a one in the chat if you can hear me. All right, we're going to have some real conversation and we're going to discuss some of the questions I've received so far. And I'm glad the Real Fam helped me dissect some of the questions already. So that's going to make my job a lot easier. However, as you join the show, please hit a like and, of course, share across your platform. I told you guys I'm walking away from all this negative content on social media. I think I'm sick and tired of all the BS about toxic marriages and relationship because apparently it's not taking us anywhere. So that's why I decided that, okay, it's better we look at how to help rather than criticizing or defending the victims or the villains. So in case you are still trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing now? There is no boost. Don't you see these people, they have divorced? Why are we not discussing them? Don't you see this man or this woman do this or that? Why don't we analyze it? Honestly speaking, I am no longer interested in that kind of content. It's not leading us anywhere. So as of now, I'm only interested in content that can actually promote great relationship among singles, excellent relationship among couples. So If that sounds right to you, don't be a stranger. Join us as we try to dissect all of these matters. Now, we're going to be talking about issues that happen in some people's marriages, but I'm just not interested in the toxic aspect of it anymore. It makes social media boring, less interesting, except for those who desire joy in seeing other people's pain. For me, I think I've signed out of that already. All right, you're welcome. Please hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Do me a favor. You know how we roll over here. Hitting the like is more important. We need it. That is the life wire of our show. So we're going to talk about 8 issues. I will try as much as possible to run through them. I think I have 1 hour, 40 minutes on this show, and I'm expecting the real farm community to work with me on this one. Vacation is over, yo. My vacation is over, and it's painful. I had at least good 28 days of vacation. I enjoy myself to the maximum, but unfortunately, I got to go back and start doing yes, sir, yes, ma. Oh. This is why I ask my sisters to marry billionaires. At least if I have 2 sisters here, we marry billionaires, or brothers, we marry billionaires. They can just say, you know what? We they enjoy you. Just take this $1 million. Quit your job. Just come here every day and entertain us. Wallahi, I go jump. My sister Doopsy in the building. Doopsy hot. The one and only Opeke Mo Fresh. Fresh like fine wine. You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. All right. Let me quickly add a disclaimer here, because I know some of the people who might see the tumbling and join the show, they might think, oh, what is going on? Oh, say Veekee James and her husband, have they divorced? What is happening? Toyin Abraham and her husband, hey, they finally divorced. Listen, okay? Listen. Today's show has nothing to do with Veekee James' marriage, Toyin Abraham marriage, and Funke Akindele's marriage. The reason I brought them into this conversation is because they actually serve as a very good example in addressing the reason I'm having this show. Let me say that again. Nothing is happening to Veekee James. Nothing is happening to Toyin Abraham. Funke Akindele is fine. But there are a couple of things in their lives that I think will serve as a very good example to people who might find themselves in this situation. Let me explain further. So I came across 2 issues. These issues were actually shared on Dr. Shola's page. And they all boils down to women who are doing great in life. They are successful women, and their husband find out their account balances. Their husband discover these women are making a killing. In a nutshell, these women are richer than their men. And as soon as the husband discovered that the wives have a lot of money, they changed. They stopped being the man they used to be. And that's why they wrote to Dr. Shola. And I captioned it, he saw my account balance, hell broke loose. That's the reason why I think we have to discuss this situation. You remember one time we had a conversation on our platform here, and we spoke about what's happening nowadays in terms of finance. I think we established on that show that more women are going to be richer than their husband. Because unlike years ago, when women just try to play second fiddle, just remain behind the scene. Now, the women we have this time around, they are not settling. When it comes to their career and hustling, these women are not settling. So, we are going to have a lot of couples dealing with a situation where the wife is richer than the husband. But then, how should they keep the home together? As a man, ask yourself, if peradventure your wife venture into a business today, or she upgraded into another career path, and she went from someone making, say, $50,000 a year to a woman earning 250K a year, and you as the husband, you are doing good, you're still making your $70, $80 per annum, you are doing excellently okay. But now your wife is making times 3 of what you earn. How would you feel? That's the question. Are you going to be jealous? Are you going to have issue with her? Are you going to start blaming yourself, feeling less secured? Are you going to see her as a competitor? You know? Are you going to be competing with your wife? Will you try to take control of her, be in charge of her money? Are you going to feel, oh my God, I knew it. Since I married this woman, this has not been okay for me. She has used my destiny. I know that about Nigerians anyway. A lot of Nigerian men, not all of us, but many, will listen to pastors, they will listen to Babalawo, they will listen to their family members, drumming it in their ears that your wife has used your destiny. That is why your wife is more successful than you. So answer that question honestly, my brother. Today, you are the breadwinner. You make more money in the home. You take care of business. You pay all the bills. Handle everything. Take care of your wife. And out of the blues, maybe your wife decided to become an influencer, or she simply went to school, or she started doing a business. You know, these days, a lot of women are into all kind of business. Some of them sell hair. Some of them they went into real estate. Some even venture into IT. So ask yourself, if out of the blue, your wife is making times 3 what you're making, and in 2 years, your wife is a millionaire, why you still remain a thousandaire? Would you still see yourself as that loving, caring husband? Or would you rather resent her? That is the conversation we're about to have. Now, alongside that, I'm going to bring, I think I have like 5 questions from Ask UB and Real Fam that I also needed help giving advice to the people who wrote in. One of them, she was concerned about her son. She's married, great husband, according to her, but unfortunately, because of his work, the husband is not usually available. And the husband also has some health conditions. And she just felt like she's a married single woman. She felt like she's the only one handling the business in her home. But what's more concerning is the fear of how to raise her son. I think she said the son is either 9 or 10 years old now. So please, this woman is worried about how to raise her son. She's afraid that the absence of the father might somehow affect the development of the son. So we're going to need help advising her. Remember, we are all about positive outcome here. no toxic, no negative, no criticism. All we want is how can she at least have some hope? How can she ensure that the absence of the father is not going to impact negatively on her son? I also have another question. Someone was asking, what can she do? No, a man wrote in. The man was concerned that the lady that he's about to be married to, she's not domesticated. Yes, I think that's what it was. I will check my phone now. I will say it. She said the lady is not domesticated and is giving him a lot of concern. Remember, I told you, if you want to be married to a Nigerian or an African man, you better pay attention to his expectation of you as a wife. And I also advise our brothers, as a Nigerian or African generally, if you are going to marry any lady, you have to ensure before you walk down the aisle, you knew her expectations as a wife. Boyfriend girlfriend is not the boyfriend girlfriend relationship is not when it comes to marriage. It's a completely different ball game. And I remember I stated here one time that for you to know if you're going to have a good home, a great marriage, if you're going to be a great husband or an excellent wife, you must first of all work on yourself, try to understand who you are, and try to picture the kind of husband, father you want to be. Remember, I said it back then. This has nothing to do with you seeing who you want to marry already. Way before you find her, way before you find him, ask yourself, what kind of a husband do I want to be? What kind of a wife do I want to be? Picture your home. Now, if you imagine the kind of wife or husband you want to be, that will help you to identify what kind of a woman or man will fit into that home you pictured. I am not saying things will not change, but at least that will help you in finding that person. So when I saw that question, I know they are probably watching right now. I see we have 25 people watching already. Please give us likes. When I saw that question, what came to my mind is, okay, bro, I get it. You are afraid this lady is not domesticated, but what kind of a wife were you looking for? And what kind of a husband do you want to be? Then there is another question. I think that question came in from one of our beautiful sisters here. And her concern was, her man want explanation for everything. Demand. Initially, I wanted to ask so many questions. Like, when you say he wants explanation for everything, what exactly are you talking about? In what area? Huh? In what area do you expect him not to ask questions or demand explanation? Honestly, I think I don't have enough context on that one, but where we get there, we shall cross the bridge. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. God bless you. Like I say, I only have 1 hour, 40 minutes on today's show because I'm actually resuming work officially today. And for the people who just joined us, let me explain one more time. Toyin Abraham, Veekee James, as well as Funke Akindele, their marriage, their relationship, their home is intact. Nothing is happening in their marriage, because I know some people will see them now, they will feel like, thank God, finally Veekee James is divorcing. Hey, thank God, Toyin Abraham. No. They are doing okay. They are having a blast. The reason I brought them into this conversation is because they fit into the discussion we are going to have. Men getting married to women who do way better than them financially is becoming a thing. And Veekee James and her husband, they fit into that narrative. Toyin Abraham is actually a billionaire. She makes a lot of money from her movies. She and her husband, they fit into that narrative. Funke Akindele, JJC, even though they are now divorced, as at the time they were together, they also fit into that narrative. So that is why I brought the three of them to serve as an example as we navigate these issues. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome my real fam, and then we'll get the ball rolling. All right. I see you, my honey babe. What's up, mama? How you doing? You're welcome. Oh, Doopsy Hot. I see you, mommy. Sister Janet, my own Wahala chief guest. How you doing, Sister Janet? I hope you're doing fine today. Sister Marriott, my lovely Sister Marriott. My own Abby is my manager. Sister Mario is my counselor. I just love these my sisters, man. I love sisters who actually want you to succeed in what you're doing. Thank you, Sister Mario, for being here. God bless you. Who else is in the building? Uncle Dio in the building. Our own papi, the baddest co-host to Abby. Where's my Abby anyway? Hey, I need to check my baby. My Wahala younger sister, Abby. This is what we're talking about. Abby na hustler, while lighter like Abby na Omoyibo. Abby combine both Ogun and Igbo bloods together. Abby na businesswoman. All right. I never see my Abby. Uncle Dio, you better go find your host too, okay? Auntie Labelle in the building. Auntie Labelle, how you doing, ma'am? I hope you're okay, Auntie. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. And of course, my ever smiling Auntie Ngozi. Auntie Ngozi, fresh like today tomato. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome. Mom Sheen, what's up? Fantastic sister. Thanks, Mama, for being here. Thank you for all the support, Mom Sheen. God bless you. Okay, let's get today's conversation started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start right now.
Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in.
All right. Welcome back. Thank you. I'm going to share the link. Please, we're just going to address the issue. There will be no gbas so that I can cover all of these issues so we can leave here on time. All right. For those who still don't know what's going on, we have this new segment we call Ask UB and Real Fam. The purpose of having this segment is because we know a lot of people from our community are dealing with so many issues in their relationship, and sometimes they may not know who to ask, and if they can ask someone anonymously and believe that they can get good advice, I think a lot of people will do that. And since we're a community, we decided to start this segment where people can send in their questions or issues that they need people to help them analyze on this platform. So if you are ever dealing with anything that has to do with relationship and either marriage, either you are still dating or you are about to, you just want us to at least share our opinion, please do not hesitate to send your questions in. You can send your question through IG. Find me on Instagram, Uncle Beno 25. You can find me on Facebook. My Facebook handle is Beno Real. And of course, if you don't want to do social media, you can send the messages in through WhatsApp. Send your message to +1 512 595 6569. All right, so let's dive into the first issue here. Thank you, everybody. I see Sister Janet is with me already. God bless you, Sister Janet. All right, before I read the first one, let me quickly take some comment from my intro. Sister Doopsy Hot, finest Sister Doopsy. Sister Doopsy said, naturally, women feel more secure when the man earns more. However, there are many other important things that holds a home together, not finance alone. God bless you, Sister Doopsy. You actually got that 100% spot on. Sister Janet was replying to Doopsy and said, I'd argue that it's the men that feel more secure when they earn more than the women. Hence, they freaky out when they find that their women earns more. Men have more deep-seated insecurity. All right. I also see Uncle Dayo has joined us. Stagina also say, what's the obsession with women's free labor though? Because it's not about a clean house or food in your belly. Anyone can hire a private chef and a cleaner. All right. I think we've been on these issues for a while now. Hopefully, we can address the issue as it affects the people who wrote in. My lovely sister Oni Babe also said, these women that marry these types of men, madness. Honey babe. All right. So let me quickly go into the first story and then we will just sharp. We will touch up on them and we move. Thank you for joining me this beautiful morning. God bless you all. I said morning, this afternoon rather. Okay, so here is the first story. And this one, someone wrote to Dr. Shola and said, I'm not secure. Okay, I'm not sure why my husband is angry with me. He asked me to quit my job, and I did in 2017 to stay home while he was traveling everywhere in the name of work. In 2020, I had to go back to work because he fell sick and they had to release him from work. Oh, wow, sorry. And she continued, she said, we used his allowance to pay the bills and I used mine for the kids and other things. He saw my account balance and that was it. He became another man. Dr. Shola, I buy him clothes and shoes, send money to his family, and host his friends whenever they come over. I stock the fridge with beer for him and I respect him. What is his problem? I was bold enough to ask him the other day what the issue was and whether he wanted to leave. He said nothing is wrong and he's not willing to leave. So stop being angry. All right, now let me quickly go to the next one because they are similar so we can tackle them together. Now, another lady, when she saw that that message to Dr. Shola, another lady wrote in, and here is what she got to said. She said, Dr. Shola, good evening, sir. What is the caliber of men we have these days? Men with low emotional intelligence, lack conflict resolution, and are low-key envious of their wives. I just saw the story of the woman whose husband saw her account balance and started mood swing. I married mine and wanted to build with him. I was transparent, and that was my greatest mistake. If he knew I have, he borrowed without paying back. Money became the biggest issue, and it is still today. Anytime we want to do like visa stuff, I bring my pay slip. My husband will plan on my finances. Then he will add what is left. I think most men want a wife that works but do not want women that have money. They want to control your money without being accountable. Mine is generous outside, but inside, my children and I struggle sometimes. Was it like this in our mom days? Because anywhere I turn, women have the same story. All right. To quickly address this, Sister Janet, what are your thoughts?
Oh, okay. This is actually a lot more. Good evening, Uncle Beno. I just wanted to say you look really nice today. So let me bribe you a little bit.
Hey, Sister Janet. Hope you're good.
I'm fine. How are you, honey babe? You good? Okay.
Fine,
Right.
thanks.
So this thing is actually a lot more common than we want to give it credit for. It's not that I've actually seen it growing up myself. I don't want to talk about my personal experience, but it's not uncommon for a woman to start a business, then all of a sudden the husband decides to take it over when she gets so successful. Then he ruins that business, and then she takes up another business, and then he ruins that as well by taking it over. But he doesn't have the business acumen to keep it running. It fails. And this happens because a lot of men are socially conditioned to place all their value in being that provider role, and because they get really, really insecure if a woman's earning more than them, because they feel like, well, that's supposed to be my job, that's supposed to be my role. I'm supposed to have the money because that's what's supposed to give me leverage, because they see money as leverage. Because I'm paying the bills and having the money should give me leverage over you in the relationship. That really unhealthy mindset is very, very common. It's nothing, it's not like, oh, it's all men of these days. No, it's always been. And it's really, really sad that a lot of men are very, very, like, especially now with the way things are with feminism, the fact that women are now earning more and doing better, it's becoming more and more obvious. And we've got social media, obviously, to highlight the issue. But yeah, a lot of men are jealous. They don't want, they demonize successful women. You can see it in the language. They demonize successful women. Say, oh, if they have money, they're not going to respect you, blah, blah, blah. They're horrible. They're going to be controlling. That's because they're controlling. It's their projection, you know. And if a woman is broke, they'll call her a gold digger. So a lot of men have really warped attitudes to money and what it represents to them. So this is not very rare at all. I just feel sorry for the first lady. I feel sorry for both ladies though. But I feel sorry for her that, look, she's with someone that she's currently supporting, and he's still having a tantrum. And there's not much she could do really, other than to wait it out. She's her husband. He's her husband. They've got kids together, and I think at this point probably they'll need professional help to sort them out if they're willing to go through it. That's what I'm going to say for now. I'm not going to hog the time.
All right, thank you very much, Sister Janet. Your point is so clear. Before I go to Honey Babe, CBS is here. Our own Chucky, the brown sugar. Chucky say hello and good evening, real fam. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. God bless you all. Uncle D, that was one great prayer from you via the phone. Awesome. My Abby, you are amazing. That your I make Abby they come after you, Chucky. Anyway, Honey Babe, do me a favor. What are your thoughts regarding the two cases I just read?
I say this all the time, and I even equate it to myself, because I think I've realized communication is really important. And I think I said it in the comments to Sister Janet that, do you have conversations when you're courting, when you're dating? And I don't think we do. that, because we hear about it in terms of, social media and a lot of case studies where they talk about one of the reasons people break up or divorce is because of finances. And my question is that did you have those conversations with when you were dating? Because I think it's really, really important. Me and my ex-partner, I don't know what we're doing, but we're having conversations. And I realized that as much as UB thinks that I never listen, in the sense that, yes, I like to have my own way, I'm realizing that I need to compromise more, keep my mouth shut more, and listen more. And we're having conversations. And what I'm realizing is that it's very important to talk about finances. I'm very finance savvy, as you know, he's not. So, but there's certain things that I struggle with, especially when it comes to the kids, that he is very hands-on. So I'm realizing that you need to complement each other when it comes to my weakness and his weaknesses. And I think the problem is that what I found interesting with the first scenario is that I say this all the time. It is a big mistake when a husband says to you, quit working, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Life is a journey. And what is really ironic, and I say there's karma, is the fact that this particular gentleman is ill for whatever the reason, and suddenly his wife has to step up. I say this all the time, always have something going on, because life can give you a curveball. And I think for me, I say this all the time. I don't know if a lot of Arsenal supporters here, one team, one dream. And I say that in jest with the fact that I say this all the time. To me, maybe the way that I've been brought up in the UK, we've been taught that marriage is a teamwork. And I do not understand why people go into marriage and don't realize that you are one. Your finances, his finances, you are one. It's like a seesaw. Fine, the man is supposed to be the main breadwinner, but things happen. You can get ill, you can have a stroke, you can be laid off, you can be made redundant, and suddenly the wife has to step up. And I do not understand how people don't understand how teamwork works. You are each other's, you're supposed to have each other's back. And this is what happens when you don't have each other's back, because you want to do patriarchy. That is fine, but be very much aware that if you're going to have this mindset of patriarchy, if anything happens to that man and is not able to bring in the finances, if the wife doesn't have a skill and steps up to the plate, that family is going to struggle financially. So I think for me, my issue is that there has to be conversations, and also there has to be transparency. I remember, and I'm not trying to put down my dad, but that was one, I remember specifically listening to my dad saying to my mum, you put down 50%, I put down 50%. And I never understood why my dad was doing 50%, 50%. I never understood it. And what I found interesting is the fact that you're supposed to, like I said to you, if my dad wasn't working, then my mum would step up. If my mum, who became a housewife when I was young, my dad was stepping up to the plate. So I think for me, I just believe in, life being a long journey, and you're supposed to navigate it together. It shouldn't be a case of you're the husband, I'm gonna put everything on myself, because life happens. I've seen it all the time. So I think my mindset is please see marriage as teamwork. And for me, I think the key thing is communication. When there's no communication, you're going to go into marriage and you're going to have roadblocks like this. If you had the conversations, if you had the transparency, you wouldn't have these blips where you would have a situation where someone sees your bank balance. It shouldn't be a big deal, because your husband should know from the very beginning, oh, this one is a big girl. She's making big money. She's got investments. She's got savings. And I'm happy with that. And I'm of the opinion that if my wife gets a promotion, if my wife is getting 50, 60, 100K, I'm going to benefit from it, because all the money that the wife has is going to go back into the family unit. And I do not understand how a lot of men don't see it as that simple. Anything your wife is earning, she's going to reinvest it into the family unit that's going to benefit you. So I think it's about communication and understanding that you are a team. Thank you.
Thank you, honey babe. God bless you, mama. Uncle Dio, you want to touch up on that one too, real quick?
Yes, Uncle Ben. Good evening, everybody on the platform. Good evening, honey babe. Good evening, Sister Janet. Good evening. I really appreciate your take, Sister. I mean, Onyekosala, you really said something that really touched me and that was the key point, because the key point is that many people enter marriage without understanding what marriage is all about. Marriage is a team work. It's a teamwork. If you're not ready to be a team player, please don't marry. It's not by force. Hello? Anybody that's not ready to be a team player, please don't get married. It's not by force. Now, we have people that have that mentality of a single player, and they are looking forward to marry somebody, and they want to impose that their own nature, that their own lifestyle in the marriage. Of course, that marriage is heading for the rocks. It's a team player. I mean, it's a teamwork. If, for instance, now, that's in fact, Onibeba said almost everything that I wanted to even contribute, because she just nailed it 100%. If
Must
you are in
continue.
if in a marriage we have disparities, that marriage is already divided within itself. That's why we cannot afford to have disparities in marriages. In courtship, all this is supposed to have been sorted out. What is the vision for this marriage? Both you and your partner are supposed to have a common vision. Your finances, your trajectory, your alignments, your purposes must align together as a couple. So how can I, as a man, having known my wife's account, or having know that my wife is a successful businesswoman or maybe a successful worker, she is well loaded financially, why would I be feeling somehow about it? To me, it's a plus, because that means that, oh, I got a big fish that could support our dreams, and we are going to work together to achieve our purposes. So any man that is feeling intimidated because the wife is any more or is much more successful than him, that man has a problem. He has a complex problem. That's number one. Number two is that it is in this world, it is in this world of when people begin to see themselves as separate entity in marriage, that they begin to see that, oh, I need to do richer than. Of course, as a man, you're supposed to be the one that will bear the brunt, the biggest load in the marriage. And if for any reason you could not, you should not feel so bad that your wife can step in and assist you for that period. But as a man, you're supposed to be the one that will take care of most of the boy, and the wife is your helpmate. The Bible says that women are helpmates for the man. It's your helper. A woman is not supposed to take over your responsibility as a man, supposed to play your role as a man, and your woman will support you. And the only way a woman can support you if she's convinced that you are a good man and that you can take care of your own responsibility. See, women align with good men that have a vision that they can trust. If you have given her all these good reasons that she can trust you, she can believe in you, she can see the qualities of a leader in you, she will align with you. Whereby we are having issues that women don't want to align with their husband, mostly the fault is from the man. Because maybe they've seen the way you are handling your finances, maybe they've seen the way you are going about it, and you are like, I can't trust this man. So they keep to themselves. But what I want to say here is that let everybody that wants to go into marriage have this mindset that marriage is a teamwork. Don't go into marriage with a single-minded ideology. Thank you.
But Uncle Dio, in this case here, because I think you just preached generally. In this case, with these women who are complaining that their husband changed after the husband saw their account balances, what would you say to that, sir?
I think there's a problem. Let me explain why, sir. Why would now, Uncle Ben, complexity happens to both men and women. If I'm courtship with you as a man, and we have to discuss about our future, now we are getting serious, we want to get married. you know what I'm earning, I will know what you are earning. If I were to be surprised after seeing your balance, that means you have not been open to me enough, or maybe you've not told me the truth about your finances.
Exactly.
And to me, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, because if I can be honest with you, why must you hide yourself from me? That means you don't trust me enough. So to me, from the beginning, that's a red flag. I'm not going to that marriage again with you, because I see no reason why you should be hiding it. Because for a man to be surprised after seeing his wife account balance, something's not right. That means she has not been forthcoming with him, or maybe she's not telling him the complete truth. So to me, it's not right, because there's supposed to be no surprises there.
Can I just say something to that? Let's be realistic about this. People's income changes. I'm going to actually give my own parents' example, so I can tell you. My mum started as a typist. She wasn't well educated. She got what you would call a GED, a baccalaureate or something like that, and she started as a typist and everything. When we were living in the UK, she had less money than my dad, obviously, because he was the one that's got a graduate and everything, studied accountancy, did all that. And everything was okay. He was earning more. She wasn't earning as much as a typist working at a fire station. We moved to Nigeria temporarily for a while, and then she couldn't get work immediately. So what did she do? She started going into business. She started going into business. She did a government job for a while, but it wasn't paying a lot of money. But my mum could sell sand to the Arabs. She was very good. She was selling shoes. She was selling egg. At one point, she was selling bread. At one point, we had chickens. I know how to scoop chicken poop from their barn. She had chicken. She was very good in business. And anything that she put her hand on, she was making money. Not a hell of a lot, but she was making a hell of a lot more than what she would have been paying having a government job. Now, what did happen? Her income status changed. No matter how much she would earn before they got married, it's not going to be the same throughout the entire marriage. She leveled up. My dad leveled up a little bit, but not so much. But what did happen? Jealousy did start to creep in. It got to a point that my dad noticed that the woman was making a lot more, making a lot more money, and then he's just started taking over the businesses. He would say, "Oh well, I don't want you selling chickens anymore. I'll take it over." He'll take it over. The chicken business died. It died. Why? Because he just didn't have that customer, that CRM, that customer relation, knowing how to talk to people, allow people to buy on credit a little bit, let them pay later. Those little things that keep a business going, he just didn't have it. But there was this constant struggle. I mean, I'm not saying this to put my parents down either. They had their little struggles and they did well for all of us. But in this particular issue, there was an inherent problem with seeing my mom succeed. And my mom always constantly had to bring herself down, she had to shrink herself in order to accommodate my dad's ego. That's pretty much what happened. So these things happen. It's not like, oh, you can't be, so how would my dad be suspicious about what is so obvious? She has the chickens, she has the shoes, he sees her when she travels to go and do the business and sells it and everything. The people who come and buy, they come to the house. There was transparency there. But even with the transparency, there were still issues there. This is a problem that you have to understand, that as you go in a relationship, both of you are growing. Either you're growing together or you're growing apart. Now, for this lady, for this particular lady, they're beginning to grow apart because of the circumstances, and they need to be able to actually know that changes do happen. I think she really needs to sit down and talk to her husband and say, look, my guy, let's sit and talk this issue. I know this thing is bothering you. The current situation that we're in right now is not permanent. As with everything in life, these things do happen. let's figure out how we're going to work this out. There's no point to be angry. We're supposed to be supporting each other. Let's do this. She needs to sit down and talk to him. And if she can't sit down and talk to him, they have to get professional help. And that's what I said earlier. Thanks.
Thank you. Let me just move on from this, because I know some of our real fire community, they wrote in, they probably want us to also address their issue.
Sure.
As for those people with husbands saying their account balance and problems start in the home, I think both parties, they are both wrong, and they both need to work on themselves. Some men are jealous, let's be honest. Some men, as soon as they can't meet up, it's like a dent on the ego. Why some men know how to handle it perfectly well. That's why I brought Veekee James and Femi, as well as Toyin Abraham and her husband, into this conversation. Both of them are richer. They make way more money than their husband. But so far, so good. It seems both husbands are managing the situation very well. What I can say to sisters, if you ever find yourself in this situation, is that if you realize you're making more money than your husband, you better move in a way that your money will not be the issue. Because sometimes, only babe, you know your gender. As soon as they know they are making more money than their husband, we've discussed the issue of men upgrade, move up. There are some men who don't have to kill themselves because they have to make money that equals what you are making as a woman. Some men are contented. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, but I agree with you, but all you're going to have is a situation where you're going to grow apart and one person decides that, you know what, I'm done with this relationship.
They don't have to grow apart. If they grow apart, if you are with a man.
I didn't say you have to. I'm just saying it happens. Like I said, you need to understand that marriage is a contract. For whatever reason, you get married, and then for some reason, if one person is leveling up and you're not, and you decide not to, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but best be prepared for the fact that that person that has leveled up may, and I'm going to say may, be dissatisfied and may decide that you're not, I'm tired, whatever. I'm out of this marriage. I'm just saying that you need to make room for people that people grow apart, and I don't understand why Nigerian culture doesn't understand that. There's situations where not every marriage is going to you're going to end up after 30 years being together. There's situations where people grow apart. You're saying that you shouldn't have to. But
what should make them grow apart?
I'm just telling you reality. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm telling you marriages.
Because honey babe,
marriages grow apart, and I'm saying to you, you can't fool someone that now decides that you have outgrown me and I've made a decision that I want to end the marriage. You have to make space for people that decide to make those decisions. I'm not talking about myself, but there are people that decide for whatever reason. I have met you when I was 19, when we was both broke and we was both getting the bus together. I'm now 40. I'm now a boss babe, and you refuse to level up. You refused. You still want to be doing whatever, and I'm dissatisfied. And I choose that after 30 years or 20 years, I want to end the marriage. You have to make room for people that have decided for whatever reason, rightly or wrongly, that they are no longer interested in that relationship because they have grown apart. You can't tell people that, no, you cannot leave. People make choices, good or bad.
Okay, you landed on it, babe?
I'm landed, but you keep saying that you can't force people to do what they don't want to do.
You don't let people explain, honey, babe. You've explained. Let us also explain so people can learn from it. I am not saying people cannot leave. The point here is this. That's why I said I'm trying to move away so far from relationship conversation, because a lot of women, actually, I'm sorry, I have to say it, a lot of women don't want to listen to men perspective on these issues.
I'm telling you the reality.
Hey, so let me explain,
I'm telling you
honey,
reality,
babe.
because divorce data is out there.
Honey babe, let me explain. I am not interested in people who want to walk away because you make more money than your husband. I am interested in people who are kind of confused that how come I make more money and all of a sudden my husband is pulling away. Those are the people I'm interested in. I'm not interested in anybody who feel like, oh, I'm making money, you got to level up, you don't level up, I'm leaving. Auntie, pack your bag and get the hell out.
That's not what we're saying.
My point is, I am interested in, let us see how people can make this thing work. Both men and women. Let us see how your wife can actually make more money than you, and both of you can still have a perfect, sweet marriage. You can both enjoy maximum time. That's what I'm interested in. Anybody who is interested in, oh, this man, you don't level up, I'm leaving. I don't want to have conversation with you because that's not the point. Because you have to look at demand angle too. I explained in the intro, what a lot of men are finding, the situation a lot of men are finding themselves is this. You marry this woman, you're doing great. You take care of every damn thing. You are all fine. Your wife happens to be an industrious woman, an enterprising woman. You have 2-3 kids. At the same time, she's looking for ways, and out of the blues, maybe one day, you know, there are some women that they can start hair business with $20,000. Give them 6 months. That $20,000 can become $500,000. Some women are wired like that. There are some women who are into so many things that it fetch them a lot of money. So that's the point I'm making. So now, as a man, you are doing all of this. You are okay with what you are earning. What you are earning wasn't an issue. Now your wife make more money, and all of a sudden, what you were earning before the wife make that much money now become an issue. I don't know if you get my point now, honey babe. That's what I'm saying.
I don't get your point, because if you are if you are married, if you are a team, it doesn't matter if she's earning, because life happens. You heard
honey
from
babe,
Sister Janet.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something, guys, please? Look quick.
Okay.
Something has to change, and what needs to change is the attitude of the man to the change in the circumstances when it comes to money. He cannot be jealous of his wife.
Exactly.
That is toxic behavior. He has to understand that this situation is not permanent. It's just he felt ill or something happened. He has to change his attitude to the money. That's what needs to change, because the woman cannot stop earning. She can't cut her salary, or she cannot close her shop. It would be unrealistic to expect that she should stop earning money. So who needs to change? It's the man.
Sister Janet, I agree with what you say, because those are part of the problem. But don't say demand. They both have to change as soon as that.
No, but he's the one freaking out. She's not freaking out. He's the one freaking out.
He's the one with the problem.
He's the one freaking out. He's the one that has a problem with the situation.
Hold on now. Sometimes, I don't know, I think women, you guys have a lot of things to work on. No.
And so do men. We're not doing gender warfare, and so do men.
Hold on. Let me explain this. There are men who don't give an F whether you make billions. So. Men who are confident in themselves. How you move when you make those billions is what will eventually trigger them. I'll give you an example. If tomorrow my wife is making billions, I swear to you, I'm still going to be Uncle Ben. You know, go shake me one bit. Where I might now become a different person is if that billion changes who you used to be to me. Let's not forget that angle, because sisters will always, you know, it's so easy for women to just come out and say, my husband did it. We have to look at the root. What's really going on? And that's why I was.
You're making the assumption that she has changed. You're making the speculation that she has changed.
Let me just hear me out. All this conversation about. let me say this, Sister Janet. There is no woman that will make more money that will not change. Even if you don't want to change, the money will change you.
See, you're
Let me explain.
Wow, you see, this is the thing that you just made a general statement with no basis, no data, nothing.
The thing is, you guys don't let people explain. Once you just hear one thing,
because you have no explanation, sir. I'm really sorry. You can't just say that women just change because they have money.
Calm down now, Janet.
That's literally what you said, sir.
The problem is when men are explaining, if a man has 10 things to say, as soon as he said one or two, that you feel like, no, women will jump on it. Those are the problem we are having. This is the reason why men shut down oftentimes. You can't change it from now to Jericho. Anybody that still act like you will still get the same result. You will at least let me finish, then you can counter what I said. I said, if a woman makes money, that money will bring changes in you. Let me explain. When you make that money, the money must affect the decision you are about to make. Are you going to make that money? You're not going to spend it? You just make it, you keep it in the bank? No. As a businesswoman, you make that money through a process. That process too will change you. When you are making that money, whatever you are doing that fetch you that money will definitely bring in more people, either staff or business partner or something, into your life. All of these factors put together will eventually change you to some extent. The point I'm trying to emphasize is this. For women who might hear this, I pray by the power of Almighty God, you will be successful in whatever you do. My thing is this. Know one thing and know it better now, that once you are making a lot of money, that money will change you one way or the other. How do you now manage that change? The person you are, when you earn 70,000 pounds a year, is not the same person when you now make 500,000 pounds a year. That's the point I'm making here.
Is that for both genders?
But you're not saying that all the changes are going to be bad changes? You've made the assumption that all those changes. Okay, well, we're talking about someone who's freaking out.
Bad changes.
So you did not say that, but you implied it. You implied it, though. Be honest. Let's be intellectually honest when we're having these discussions. The reason the man is freaking out, he's not freaking out because the changes that you claim that women have are good changes. He won't be freaking out. Whatever change that you're speculating that this woman has changed, these are negative changes that you're alluding to right here.
They are so the thing is that, did I mention anything negative? You see the problem? I
said the reason why he is freaking out. Look, I'm being logical here. Men tend to have a monopoly on logic here, but this is very logical. The logical thing is that he will not be freaking out about positive changes. So he is freaking out about the supposed negative changes that you claim that would have happened when this woman is making, or any woman is making money.
Hold on.
It was implied.
In everything
There's something called subtext.
In everything I explained, did I mention any negative changes? It's like you guys just don't want to listen to understand what I just said now. And you will know the truth, but
would he freak out about good changes? Question to you, Uncle Beno. If the changes were positive, would he be freaking out? Yes or no? It's yes or no.
Janet.
Okay, you don't want to answer. That's a yes then.
You already misinterpreted what I said. Change is constant. Any woman listening now, please tell me I'm lying. If you are making 50,000 pounds today, the woman you are today, the way you reason today, the way you make decisions today, it will change when you start making 500,000 pounds. It simply means you are doing something that fetch more money. It means you're going to have a lot of people working for you. It means you're going to be having, hold on, honey, babe. I just don't like removing people when we're having this conversation. Let us have the conversation so people can learn. I'm a man. I'm representing men right now. What you are seeing is not what I'm saying. Please understand. When you make money, either man or woman, what if you're making 50,000 pounds today, the man or woman you are today will not be the same man or woman you are going to be as soon as you start making 500,000 pounds. As soon as you are expanding, you are diversifying your businesses, you are not the same person. Your engagement
is that a good or a bad thing? Is that a good or a bad thing? Is the question.
I am not saying good or bad. I'm simply saying what everybody needs to bear in mind. What now makes it either a good, bad, or a bad change is how do you manage that change into your relationship with your person?
With communication. It's that simple. You have
now you are talking, but why are you people?
No. I said no. You went. That's not I said that in my submission. You've gone on some story, some weird changes here, changes there, 50,000, 100,000.
Honey babe, please. Honey babe, please. Sometimes you ladies just have to
no, but we said
look
this
at
at the
issue
beginning.
literally the way it is. Let us not bring everything negatively to whatever people are saying. I have not said.
When we did that submission,
listen now, I have not said anything negative. All what I said
I
is
never
a
said
fact.
that. I said
Jenny said, when I say a woman will change once they start making a lot of money, Jenny just assume the woman will change it to negative. That's not what I'm saying. As I am here right now, if I start making $500,000 tomorrow, I am not going to be the same Ben. There will be a lot of changes in my life.
Tell us what's going to change. Be specific. Tell us what is going to change.
My thing is that
tell us what's going to change. Be specific
now.
By communication, which is what me and Uncle Dio said, and Janet. All this, I think, it comes down to communication, which I said, and you said, bingo. Communication will solve all of this, and being honest and wanting to each one is able to kind of compromise. It can all be settled through communication.
All right. Misty, what do you have to say?
Hi, Uncle Beno. You sound so frustrated.
I don't like it when people don't let me explain something deeper. I have no interest in all this. Let us have negative energy to men. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in how do we make things work. That's what I'm interested in.
It's okay. I feel like
because for instance, no verse, Misty. When my wife met me, I had no money. I was poor. I've shared my story here several times. The man I was at that time wasn't the man I was as at the time we're having our wedding. By the time we are having our wedding, even though my wife is in America, I was making far more money in Nigeria.
Right.
But here is the thing. As at the very time we're having our wedding, my wife has more savings then. I spend all my money when we're having our wedding. In fact, I spend my money to the point that I have to rely on the money they gave us to sustain myself. But guess what happened? My wife came back to the US. By the time my wife was coming back to Nigeria, 1 year later, my wife was in my office. She saw my client paying me. My wife cried in my car from my office to my house. You know why she was crying? Because in her bag, the bag she came to the office with me with was 250,000 naira plus. Money that client brought in cash that they paid me. And she was like, I don't think you guys will ever come to America.
Right.
Okay, now, by the time she came back, a lot of things have changed about me. I'm now living like, I think I shared with you guys here.
Yeah, you have shared the story.
I rent 3-bedroom flats. My wife was crying in the US that what am I doing with 3-bedroom flat in Nigeria? My kid, nobody, just only me. I said, oh, because when you come around, she said, no, you can't be there. Things will definitely change when you make more money. One matter is, how do you carry your person along with that changes that they won't start feeling like, oh, I think I'm out of whatever is happening to my partner. That's all I wanted to say. Change is constant, but go on, Misty.
I think you are all kind of explaining some things that are very similar in different languages, but it may seem totally different. Um, Honey Babe and Sister Janet are actually telling you what the women would be feeling, while for you, you're speaking from a different perspective of a certain category of men as well. Now, my thing is, I'm not really feeling too good today, so I won't be here for long. Um, I'm, I'm,
Sorry,
I'm a bit,
Misty.
I'm a bit under the weather, but I just felt compelled to jump in and make a little contribution. So, it's a known fact that money, when you gain financial power, it may change you. However, money doesn't actually change somebody. It's just that there's that core character in you that didn't manifest itself when you had that little. Now, when
Thank
you make
you.
more money, something, the actual truth of who you are comes out. So some people may make more money and nothing changes. Some people make more money and they automatically change. It's also a known fact that when women make more money than their husband, they are more likely to behave so differently, right? They kind of, oh, the man is not making any more money anymore. Things begin to change. But there's so many women also who those situations happen to them and they never change. But I feel like the men have a lot of ego that needs to be massaged when they lose money. They just don't know how, because they were used to having a lot of money in the marriage, but now they've lost it. They don't know how to conduct themselves anymore. Their ego are bruised because there's a sense of financial loss there for them. So you just like, I think you previously said it, communication is important, but also the way the man receives that communication, that he's not making as much, is very important. Um, that would make a difference if the woman communicates and he gets to know that, okay, now this is our what we have in our account. She's making more money than I do. Then the man needs to accept that, and they can communicate on how they can move forward as a team. However, if the woman, she takes advantage of the situation and she's like, you know what, you're not making as much money now, and then the disrespect creeps in, that is when truly the marriage could just break down. That's how I look at it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Misty. Doopsy, what's up, Mama? Hey, Doopsy. I need to shout like I did shout at the name first.
Hello, how are
Doopsy,
you?
how you doing? I'm good.
Good. I'll make this very quick because I'm at work. Okay, so I just wanted to say something because I couldn't really type it well in the comment section.
Okay.
It's actually, I really do believe me. I believe that I like what Misty said about your core stays the same. So money could actually reveal that. But me generally, I believe money changes people, whether it's they become indifferent because of their core, they just stay with who they are. It's still some kind of change. Change is part of life. Things happen and people adapt. But in a situation whereby a woman makes more money and like I'm saying this because Uncle Ben, you said that you would not change. I would say this: when somebody is seated in the room of money, right? When the husband, yeah, the husband is not making the money, but the wife is the one making the money. He is in the same house with the woman with money. So there's money in the family. The man will still change. Even if you say, no, me, I didn't change, or me, I didn't change, you you will change, everybody will change, the children will change, the house will change, the way people are treating you will change, and you will react to the change. So I don't think this idea that, oh, I would always be the same. And one of the things that happens to women when they start making money and the man doesn't is the man reacts to the woman that he's seeing at the moment. A lot of times, a lot of men become very skeptical in times of like, oh, is this still the woman that I married? So what some men would do, and not even say some, what most men would do who are not as self-aware would do, they will now start putting tests for the woman to see if she would respond accordingly. So it can look like, oh, she said, babe, I have a meeting tonight. I have to go to the, or maybe not tonight, or I have to be in a long meeting and some. The man will not say, oh, I hope you are going to be back before this time. And before, the guy did not care whether she was back by this time, maybe by 5. But all of a sudden, the man will start looking like, I hope she's back by 5. And if she's not back by 5, then maybe she doesn't rate me, she doesn't respect. The man will now start putting all these little things that would create an insecurity in both parties, where the woman starts to feel, oh, I have to be very careful with how I show up. I have to watch what I say. I have to make sure that this thing. Meanwhile, those things were not there before. And this, by the way, is one of the changes that happens to the man because he's reacting to the new development of the woman that he married. And this part of the relationship is very, very difficult to navigate because inherently men have been socialized to see themselves as the provider. I'm the provider, I'm the man of the house. The moment when you cannot provide, then who are you as a man? Who are you? What okay. And here's the funny part I always say. Well, actually, let me not even go into that. But I will say this: wi- making money for women is actually very easy. Women don't really. Women, if a woman is put in a position where she can thrive, she will make money that even the man that she's with, but how did you do it? And I think it's something that is inherently, not only biologically, but inherently spiritual. But I don't want to get into that conversation. So I personally believe in this conversation where in this group chat that we're in, there's a lot of women on this group chat. Where are the men? That's the number one question I would say. Where are the men to listen to how they will navigate this conversation and this? Because they are not here, they are not present. They are not here to listen to, oh, this is what might happen in a situation whereby a woman starts to make money than you. A lot of men don't want to know that. A lot of men don't even want to hear that their partners will ever supersede them at some point in time. Take, for example, you're doing well as a woman and people are looking at you like, I hope you are thinking about the man you're going to marry as you want to get this asset, get that asset. It's because society already knows that it will be difficult for you to find a man that would be with you when you have a lot. So this conversation is very, very layered. And I think, to me, honestly, the conversation should actually start with the men. It's not telling women what, because women have been with men, helping men. Like our mothers did this, covered for our fathers, covered for our uncles. They did this. You see them. There's no money in the house. They are selling something in front of the house. Their women are willing to do any job. Man will say, as a man, this is what I'm supposed to do at my age. But women will do anything just to make sure that our home is together. But what did a lot of these women get? That is the question. So that's my own take. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Doopsy. Thank you, everybody. Because of the time, let me quickly, at least if we can address some of the DMs that was sent to me, that would be great. So thank you, everybody, for your take. I pray for everybody who is having wife richer than me, husband richer than me issue. God will help you people navigate your situation in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's move on.
Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in. I am UB, your favorite Gen Z uncle, and this is my take.
All right. I have like 20 minutes more, so I'm going to use that 20 minutes to go through some of the notes that we received. Let me share it on the screen for others to see. So one of our community member here, I don't know how long she has been watching, but she sent this over to me. And when I go through it, I'm just like, you know what? Let me quickly run to the real farm. I think they say 2 heads is better than 1, but in the real farm backstage, we have like 43 heads. So this is what she sent, and I'm gonna read it. She said, "Hey UB, I've always loved your show on YouTube and respect most of your takes about life and marriage. Super happy that you came up with it. This was yesterday? Right? Okay, please keep me anonymous. All right, yeah, this is the one I saw this morning. My marriage is over, not on paper, but emotionally. It's been basically sexless for the most part of 3 years due to the nature of my job, of my husband's job, now illness. I won't say I'm stuck, as it allows me build emotional stability for the kids, who, by the way, are still little. They are under 10. However, what bothers me is my son. He's at that age where he needs an active and present father or father figure, role model in his life. I've trained him and given guidance as best as I can, but I just feel he's not imbibing most of my teachings. My girl is good. It's just my son missing that it factor. His father isn't present in our lives for the most part. How do I get to train him into a man? Thank you so much. We'll be looking forward to your view and opinion on this. So, Rifam, the situation here is that, to my understanding of this sister's message, she's married. I think she has 2 children. No issue so far, except that the husband job takes him away, and the man is now dealing with some health issues. That's why she said for the past 3 years, it's almost like a sexless thing. But her main concern now is her son. I think the boy is getting to that age when they need masculine men around. And you sisters, you know how this often goes with boys. So she just needed our advice on how she can raise her son, how to cover up for that absence of the father. So Janet and Honey Babe, who else is here? Let me see who is in the backstage. Oh, okay, Misty in the backstage
I'm
too.
here.
Let's just handle this real quick. What are some of the
Yeah, I think
advice or
things that she
recommendations you
could do.
can give to her?
Okay, I've got a couple. First of all, what she needs, I can understand that the father is ill, and that is not available, but it's just important for the kids to have good male authority figures in their life. I think it would be helpful for her to enroll him in certain sports or classes, like karate classes, where classes that give them discipline, so he could see have contact with male authority figures in and give him the necessary discipline and things like that. Karate classes are good. Any martial arts is actually good, I think. Also, maybe if he's gonna like do some reservists for the army, sign up for a reservist for the army. There's a lot of discipline there. Learns chain of command, things like that. Anything that's gonna toughen him up a little bit, give him a bit of discipline, a bit of
At
purpose,
at
that
10
sort of
years old, at 10 years old.
Yes, yes. You can join martial art classes at any time. At any time, martial arts is ageless. Even 2-year-olds join martial arts classes. The reservists might not be ideal at 10, but yeah, we look into the future.
Okay.
Being exposed to the uncles in the family, good. I mean, she has to just make sure that there's a presence of male authority figures who are good examples. Not any uncle is a good uncle. She just needs to vet the people that she wants around her son, you know. And I guess keep him occupied. Like I said, give him a sense of purpose. Sports is really, really good. Even learning an instrument is good. Learning some musical instrument, the discipline it takes to learn to play piano or saxophone or guitar, it helps reorient a child's mind. So little things like that could help. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Honey babe, any tip?
Not really. I think Janet said it all, to be honest.
Okay. From your experience of dealing with male child around age 10, what do you think women should pay attention to mostly?
What I did is that I think my son is 14 and my youngest, he's here for the summer holidays. He's 11. And I really had a conversation with the dad, asking, because he obviously works away from home. He works for BT, so he does a lot of like overtime and stuff. And they second him to different places all over the UK. So I think I had a conversation. And I think I said to him that if he can have them kind of like maybe between like every couple of days or every week or so, and involve him in their lives, because my son is 14, so he's a typical teenager, and as much as only he gets to a stage where I feel like they need that fatherly male bonding. What I did is that I actually basically signed up my son for a mentorship program. There is, where I live in Essex, there is a mentorship program where he can be around positive role models, preferably our color, and basically taking him out, taking him out, having conversations with him, talking about his GCSEs, because he's going to go into year 10. And, like Janet said, I made the conscious effort to sign him up to a lot of like different clubs, taekwondo in the UK. A lot of them do it very, very young. You see a lot of kids 5, 6, 7, 8 doing a lot of martial arts. It helps them with discipline to kind of deal with their emotions and stuff like that. So I just think things like that. And then also, if the father is not present for whatever the reason is, having positive role models in the family. And maybe, I know it sounds very anti-honey babe, but maybe doing a family meeting to discuss the fact that why is the father not present in the child's life? And there needs to be a conversation to either discuss it, have solutions, and whether someone else in the family, positive, can step up to the plate.
All right. That's a good one. Thank you, honey babe. Misty?
Yes, I think the ladies have pretty much already said it. But I in addition to probably what they said, I feel like the father may not be physically available, like he may not partake in physical activities with him, but he can still provide emotional support and just encourage his son to explore his potential and be what he can. And I think that's very important because they can bond in that way. And that's really very important. Getting that approval from the dad and support is very important. Then the other thing that Hanibabe mentioned, mentorship programs. If it's a Black child, it's important you find mentorship programs where the boys are taught how to enter into manhood, what they should expect, how to deal with the cops, situations like that. I think it's very important for them to have that. And the male role figures. But I feel like for you to have that, it's important not just for the mother to look into that alone. She can involve her husband, much as he's in poor health. They can have a conversation who they can involve, who is appropriate for their son, to help mentor their son. That's what I think. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Misty. Thank you, my sister. Let me just read from the comment because there are also great recommendations here. Sister Mario said, call his dad's brothers and yours. Sports with a good male coach makes a big difference. Absolutely, you're right. Antonio said, my husband's job takes him away from the home. However, it's not that he can't come home whenever he wants. It's only driving distance from the house. However, I find it important to have him present. Sister Kudira said, it depends on how she's composing herself. If she thinks her instruction is not adhered to or expressing own emotions on the son, he will become overwhelmed. And that is really critical, especially for women. I told you, say, my son has shown from a very young age that my husband's presence is crucial. He definitely respects his dad more than me. Boys are usually like that. They are usually cool towards mom, and then when they see father, they behave themselves. Kudrat said, pay attention to your own emotions. Women have always displaying their emotions. You are absolutely correct, Sister Kudirat. I don't know the problem with women at times. Yesterday, Sisi, your boy wanted to collect his $10. So he was like, Dad, can I mow the lawn now? I'm like, okay, go ahead and do it too. This boy and I was in the backyard. He started the machine, started cutting the grass. And then I say, okay, let me go inside, grab a bottle of water and come back. Before I grab water, come back. Guess who was on the machine? His mom. So I quickly say to him, I don't even address his mom at all. I just say to him, boy, you ain't getting a dime. If your mom move one more step with that machine, I won't give you a dime. He rushed quickly to me and said, Mom, I got it. I got this, Mom. I got this. And then I was like, why now? Why would you say that? I say, hey, just leave me and my guy, okay? You are not even supposed to be here in the first place. So I agree with Sister Kudirat. Mom, sometimes emotions get in the way. So please, sister, especially if you happen to be the only one around your boy, you got to keep the emotion in check at times, and when the boys are around age 10 to 13, that is really critical. That is when they are beginning to be aware of the presence of their friends' dad, what their friends are doing with their father. So from that age 10 to 13, please, just like my sisters are recommending now, get your own brother, uncle, somebody around, someone you trust with credibility. Just get them involved with his life. Make sure he's engaged in an activity. And like Sister Alabe said now, any advice given to her will depend on her location and what facilities are available there. Excellent. For women who are in the Western world, most of the recommendation from Honey Babe and Sister Janet, they are perfect, they are excellent. You can actually see all of these extracurricular activities that you can enlist in. But for a woman in Nigeria, for instance, now we get money for Nigeria and I go a rope picking for karate classes and many of these other activities. So, but if you are in Nigeria, one thing I know for sure is the presence of men are not scarce in Nigeria. Wherever you are living, there are going to be men around. So if your son is taking likeness to maybe one brother around your area and the brother is really a great person, just talk to the brother like, please, if you can help me give him guidance or something. These boys, sometimes they have some issue that, especially between that age 10, 13, that's when you discover that your baby boy that used to share everything with you will stop sharing at some point, because from age 10, they are beginning to be aware of girls too, not like they are doing anything stupid, but they begin to see that attraction and things like that. So it's very important. If you live in places like Nigeria, you will definitely see a lot of men around. And please attend churches. Many churches these days, they have some form of mentoring program for young boys and girls. There's going to be some uncles, some brothers in the church that can help. But for me, my chief recommendation would be this: since the situation is not like maybe you and your husband are divorced, your husband is okay. The only problem is he works far away, and you like say some health issue and things like that. That should not take away daily communication between him and the son. I think this is a conversation you should have with your husband. He must be calling every day. In fact, sometimes you're present. There are some men who are even present that are not doing jack, and there are some men who are not present, but through communication, FaceTime thing, and timing. Can you hear me? Like my network is acting up again.
Yeah, we
Hello,
lost
honey,
you for a
babe.
bit there. We
All
lost you
right.
for a bit there.
So, thank you, my sister. So please have a conversation with your husband. Let him call. He must be his first priority. In the money, as you are getting them ready for school, wherever he is, he must call. Call his. If the son's name is like, let's say, he has to call, hey, Dele, how are you this morning? How is your sister, your mom? Have you taken shower? Are you getting ready for school? Have you pick up your backpack and things like that? As the boy is coming back from school, he will know around when he come. He should be on the phone again. In the evening, he should be on the phone. Dele, are you working on your homework? Call them on video. So it's one thing not to be present, but your voice matters. Yes?
Can I say something? Because it's really funny that you say that, because there was a time, I said that my eldest son Nigeria and I couldn't wait for him to come back. I was doing WhatsApp video call every single time. Anytime there was an issue in the house where I felt overwhelmed, I will call him. I say, listen, your son, can you speak to your son? So definitely everything that you said makes sense. And I make a point because his dad is going again this weekend back to North England. I can't remember where it is. So he was not going to be around because we live 10 minutes from each other. Again, what I normally do is I always tell him, please, call him at around 10, 11 o'clock to make sure that you speak to him about the things that he needs to do. And the dad will call him at 10 to say, go and shower, go and clear your room. Whatever your mom wants you to do, make sure you do it. I do that. I take advantage of the fact that because his dad, because of the nature of his job, is not always around. Yeah. I make sure that I always say to him, please call him morning, afternoon, and evening. And that's what I do. And it really, really helps, even if the dad is not physically present.
Thank you, honey babe. So please, any other sister who is dealing with situations like this, please, it's so important. That voice matters to especially young boys. That boys, the way they talk with their dad is not the way they talk with you. I have a son around that age too, and I know what's up. My son know we have timetable, everything. When I leave here now, I'm going to work. Denzel know what he should be doing by 4 p.m. today. He know what he should be doing by 7. So even if I'm at work, I'm on the phone. So please, I think that will go a long way. Just have that conversation with the dad. I know some men have this attitude of when I come around, I will talk to you. No, bros, please. If you are watching this or you get to see this, if you find yourself in this situation, just know that communication is key. And it will even serve as a relief to your wife. Sometimes, when the children know that you are just one phone call away, if they are misbehaving and their mom say, hey, you don't want to, okay, I'm calling your dad. Boys, you will see they will adjust quick, so fast. They will adjust just because they hear I'm calling your dad. But what makes that work is because the boy has been hearing that father's voice constantly. The only thing is that he's not present, but he's always there 24/7. And then the father too, for brothers who might find themselves in this situation, everything is not discipline. When your son is getting to this age 10 to 13, that is also a time to establish some level of friendship with your son. It's not that every time you call your boy, he's like, what are you doing? Are you silly? Don't ever curse at them. Don't do that. That really sometimes send them spiral. Call them to play. Ask what they are doing. What kind of game are you playing now? Okay, what kind of assignment do you have? Be on the phone with them while they are solving their assignment. All this thing goes a long way. You become their friend like that. Promise them, okay, hey buddy, what do you need now? Okay, daddy, I think I need so ball. I need so bike. Make sure you try to provide it, even if you are not physically present. But once they can feel it, it's almost as if you are still there with them. So you cover the gap. You make the burden easier for the woman. So please, this is for all of us, not just the sister that wrote in. So sis, I want to believe you are watching, or you will get to see this later. Please take all the advice that has been given so far seriously. Thank you everybody for contributing to that. Until you see that said, my shouting and screaming is because my child is extremely stubborn and very strong-willed. Of course, now omotekunba be a kluma job pikin wey lion born and lion go be like just like my daughter we go every time he go say he won't fight with him brother. I have to sit her down one day and sit the brother down to say, come, I don't want this shit. If any of you do this again, I will spank you guys. But nobody is fighting. So I tell the sister, you see this guy where you see, give him 5 more years, he will be as this tall. Now imagine all this you want to spank him. Imagine when he's bigger than you, he begins spank you. You don't want that. So please, everybody, let us try as much as possible to at least reach out to any of our friends, sister who might be in this situation. They need a lot of help. Auntie Ngozi shared a video at the backstage this morning. A doctor was talking about how him and his wife were struggling, raising just one baby, or maybe 1 or 2 baby. When I watched the video, I was just cracking up because the doctor was actually saying, how do your single parent do this thing? Me and my wife, we are doing this, and it's like it never ending. How do you single parent do this? And I get it. It's not easy. So please, if a woman happens to be the only one who is around the children all the time, now grace of God, the woman take the survival. So my brothers, we have to do better. Please, we have to do better. It's a lot of work for women to be taking care of children. Okay. Star Kudira say, oh, I see you, Kami. How are you doing? Kami say, this is why fathers are very important in the home, and both parent household is key to a great family. Of course, but with the way things are going now, we're not going to have a lot of both parent household. So we still have to do what we have to do. Sagura say, oh, I feel, yeah, my son were 2 years old now, 33. The other was 4 months old now, 21. I feel you. What is important to you, to your children, your spouse, your emotions? Absolutely. Thank you very much for helping me take care of that. So let's take one more and we'll be out of here.
Welcome to UB Reactions, the place where we keep it real. Today, we've got some hot topics, so let's jump right in. I am UB, your favorite Gen Z uncle, and this is my take.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Please, if you have question, anything that is troubling you, that you just want to share with people, you see how we are handling it now. You can send the message to me on Instagram, Uncle Beno 25, or Facebook, Beno Real, or WhatsApp. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Now, the second issue here, let me quickly fetch that. I think there are some short questions. Okay. I'll just combine them. So this one says, hi, UB and Real Fam. My girlfriend, oh yeah, that is the brother that wrote in. My girlfriend is not domesticated. Should I be worried? I love her, but her not being domesticated is giving me reasons to have a rethink. That is one. The second short question is coming from another sister. She said, hey, hi, UB, please, what do you advise I do? My fears needs explanation for everything. Is he a walking red flag? Sorry, sister, if you are listening.
Yes.
I beg no verse if you see say they laugh. It's just funny the way you say it, okay? This one is coming from another sister too. Say hi, UB and the real fam. What should I do if my man waits for me to ask him for money without understanding that he has to give? I feel it is something he should know. I know he loves me, but this part of him is giving me concern. All right, those are the other three short questions. Sisters, let's start with
Yeah.
Sister Janet. You want to address any of them?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. The last one. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's it. Yeah.
Oh,
You
you
have
mean
to. You have to.
she should ask?
Yeah. If you don't ask, you don't get. If you're, you see how you navigate these things. You have to know who you're with. Yes, there are some men who are openly generous. You don't even need to ask them; they will do. Whereas there's some men that you need to ask them. They don't. They're not. Neither of them are bad people. They're just different. So some men need to be prompted, and some people just do it naturally. Know who the person you're with. If this person is someone that you have to ask, ask. It's that simple. The other lady, with the guy that he asks for explanations for everything, he is a walking red flag. That is true. He's a walking red flag because why should you have to constantly have to justify yourself? Your relationship should not be an interrogation. It's not. You're not in a prison cell or in a police custody for a crime. So if you're in a relationship and he's constantly asking for explanation of everything, explain, he doesn't trust you. He doesn't respect your choices for one reason. He doesn't respect you. It's a walking red flag, and it needs to be addressed depending on what the question is and what he's asking you about. If he's asking you about money, he's a bean counter, wants to know every single penny that you spend, why you're spending it, blah, blah, blah. You just know that it's going to be an uphill battle. If he's doing this while you're dating, it's going to be worse when you get married. So yes, walking red flag. Address it now before things go any deeper or walk away. The first one again, the first one, the lady for the first one with regarding to domestication or whatever. I put the question earlier in the comments. If you want someone to cook and clean for you, date someone that is happy to cook and clean for you. It's that simple. If you feel that this is a priority for you, then do it. It's not a priority for all men. There are some men who don't mind cooking and cleaning. There are some men who don't mind hiring these things out. There are women, even me as a woman, I'm not cleaning every day. I hire that sort of thing out as a woman. I'm not even in a relationship. So these things, you have to be with the kind of person that has the same value system as you. If it's a problem, don't try changing people. The problem occurs when you start changing people to suit what you want. If she's not naturally cooking, cleaning, doing all that stuff for you, just leave it. You're still dating. You're not married yet. You can still walk out of a relationship. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Sister Janet. Honey babe, you want to address any of the
I don't know
three
what it is about
questions?
Sister Janet. She's literally said everything I wanted to say. I personally think date someone that shares your values and dreams. So in regards to when that's on the screen, only because I can't remember the rest, and you'll probably have to prompt me. But in this one where the person is saying my girlfriend is not domesticated, date someone that shares your values. So date a pick me and date someone that is cooking and cleaning every single day. So you, as Sister Janet said, and it's really interesting that she said that, I was going to say the same thing. Why do people keep picking someone that is completely opposite to the values that you want them to share? Pick someone that is domesticated, and it solves the problem. So like in terms of the fact that they're girlfriend and boyfriend, end the relationship. If you're saying that is giving you cause for concern, end it and find someone that is willing and is happy to share your value system, where they're happy to be domesticated. That's not a problem. The other one, sorry, UB. What's the other one? The other one is someone that is asking for an explanation. See, things are red flags to me, because if you are dating, fine, you're engaged, you're not married as far as I'm concerned, and I'm of the opinion a broken engagement is better than a broken marriage. My thing is that I find it really weird. And the thing is, a lot of people will show you who they are. And if you choose to ignore it, this person is showing you who they are, because if he's asking for explanations over every single thing. So you're trying to tell me, and I'm probably exaggerating, that he wants to know what you ate for lunch. He wants to know who you spoke to at work. He wants to know what you actually did at work. That is crazy to me. That's like an interrogation. And like I said, I've never been arrested and interrogated. So for me, no, it's a no to me. And I think you need to be very intentional about, are you willing? Because the thing is, he's shown you who you are, and probably when you now decide to marry him, he will not change and it probably intensify. So if you are the type of person where you're seeing that it's a red flag, personally for me, I would make a decision whether you want to continue, but be very much aware, if you do continue, it will escalate. Next one, UB. The last one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely different, Sister Janet. I don't like the entitlement. You're not married. And like I said, I'm of the opinion that if you are in need, you have to open your mouth and communicate to the person that I need help in terms of finances. He's not a witch or a wizard. He's not Harry Potter, so he's not going to know. And I know for some people are very generous and they may be willing to just offer all the time. Then I think maybe you should date that type of person. So if someone is giving you cause for concern because he's supposed to have telepathy to know when you are in need, then I think you should date that type of person. I personally think that it's all about communication, and you shouldn't feel entitled to someone else's money, by the way. So I think there's that stamp. I hate this entitlement, even as women. You're not married to him. And at the end of the day, you need to be aware that if you're asking for help, be very much aware that he's entitled to ask you, what do you want the money for? I am always of the opinion that as a woman, you need to have your own income. You need to have your own hustle. You understand? That's why we talk about it all the time. Bring something to the table. And some people might have an opinion the man is supposed to basically bankroll you. I don't agree with that in some circumstances.
All right.
So all I would say to you is that have that conversation with him, and if it's still a red flag, find someone that is a billionaire that is willing to cater for your every need.
All right. Thank you, honey babe.
Yeah, we pretty much said the same thing, honey babe. We really did, but you just said it different.
Yeah, I end it like that. Thank you.
Thank you, honey babe. Esquire Pro Max. Your take, sis?
I feel like, yes, I'm here. I told you I'm not feeling too good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I feel like
Misty.
that's okay. The one who is micromanaging everything, that's like two walking red, walking closets, just leave
The
him
one
alone.
the one that is not releasing money?
The one that is asking for everything or whatever, demanding to know. I think that was the second question.
Yes. Let me look for it again.
She said her husband.
The interrogator.
Yeah, he needs an explanation for everything. I think he has control issues, and he may be somebody with some kind of inferiority complex. He wants his power hungry, so he wants to micromanage everything. I don't operate like that. Like, you get me so upset when you begin demanding to that I explain everything to you. Like, that won't fly with me. It won't work. So that's a giant red flag. They're just dating, or are they dating? Yeah, they're engaged.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to get into bigger fights if they get married. You'll want to know what they are cooking, how many pieces of meat is in the pot, and all that. That's foolishness. Yeah. It starts like that, Uncle Beno, and then it just gets into like petty small things that will just trigger you off. You know what I mean? So she has an option to opt out of the engagement and look for her kind.
Absolutely.
What's the other question? The first one?
The other one is domesticated. The brother actually said his girlfriend is not
I can
domesticated.
relate. I can relate to the domestication. I was never such a great cook or anything like that. I was just basic stuff. I can make eggs. I can make tea. But even then, I could put the water in on the stove, and if I don't pay attention, the water will dry and something will happen. However, me leaving home, relocating in the diaspora, it helped me to become self-reliant. I learned how to cook, how to take care of things. Like there are people who may not know how to do those things, but if that's your person and they're willing, the word there is willing, and they want to learn, as a partner, they're interested in learning. You can definitely, as the man, involve her if she's willing and she wants to learn, then that's okay. And you can also go for cooking classes together and learn some more. But if she's not interested, you cannot move it forward, because women generally are nurturers and they take care of the home. If a woman doesn't know how to cook like basic foods and stuff, that's going to be tough on the family. I think it's important for both. It's not a gender-based thing, but I think it's very important for a woman getting married to know at least how to cook something. You don't need to know how to cook everything, but yeah, learn how to cook. Was there a third question?
Yeah, the third one is what should I do if my man waits for me to ask him for money without understanding that he has to give? I feel it is something he should know.
I think I'm like her. I make my own money. I'm very fiercely independent, but I would not want to be in a relationship with a man who doesn't like. I feel like I relate best with people who are givers because I give a lot. So I feel uncomfortable asking my man that, oh, I need money. I feel like it should just come naturally to you that this woman, I think it's 2 weeks or a month or whatever. It's not even that I don't have
play
money.
detective.
Exactly. He needs to
Misty.
know me so well that when he gives me money, it's like, oh, I'm giving you money, go to pedicure, manicure. He will see my excitement. And then from there he just knows every other time that, oh, I think she needs money for ABC. So that is petty cash. But if it's like big money and I need like big money, I'll obviously have a conversation. If it's maybe I'm working on a project, that I will have a conversation and say, hey, listen, I need this amount of money. But this small money of like $1,000, 2,000, whatever, 500, go do your nails. Come on, just give it to me. I don't have to ask. So that's my take. Yeah.
Can I say something? I agree with what Missy's saying, but I think maybe you kind of really kind of scope down by saying that there's a difference between small money, small stuff for small chops or whatever, and big money. I think what kind of turns me off is where it says that I feel is something that he should have to give. No one has to give you anything because it's his money. But I do
make my own money. I totally appreciate where you're coming from, and I understand and I appreciate that. I respect that, and that's why I said I relate with who I relate with. My kind, they know me. They know exactly who I am. And
I agree.
And I know it's very difficult for men sometimes most times to actually read women. But when you've related with a woman for a long time, you know exactly what kind of person she is, what she expects out of you.
I agree with what you're saying. I think I just don't like this mindset that that you're entitled to anybody's money. If your partner wants to give you money, then appreciate it, but don't assume that it's a given. I know what my stepdad is doing for my mum, that literally every single time he's putting money in her account, but she doesn't feel entitled and she appreciates it every single time he does that. It's about appreciation and respecting the fact that your partner wants to give you money. No one's entitled to anyone's money. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think for me, I'm actually
Okay.
entitled. You're my husband. You're supposed to do that for me.
All
Now
right.
that's the
All right.
difference where I will differ with you. You're my husband. You're my
Okay.
person.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, my sisters. I really appreciate everybody's contribution. Let's just always bear in mind that these DMs are actually coming from people who are listening, and they send it because they are looking for ways they can actually make their relationship better, you know. So I appreciate the people who send all this information in, and I appreciate the people who help us make it make sense. All right, let me read some of the notes I got from the backstage. I know Kudayo is back now, but my time is also run out, but I have to read this because I really appreciate Refam for responding when I called. So for the domestication issue, yes, this one, Sister Lola actually dropped this recommendation in the backstage. She said, clearly, the issue of being domesticated is an issue for you. Don't start what you can't finish, because in the long run, even if you are able to manage now, it will rear its ugly head at some point. Have you discussed it with her? Is there the possibility of reaching a compromise? Is she someone you intend to spend forever with? Your response to this will help you decide if working on the domesticity is worth your time. If it is, have a chat with her, do it together. Domesticity is for both genders. Share the responsibility so that one person isn't burdened with it all. If you can afford it, outsource what you probably both don't like doing, and then split the rest between you two. If all else fails, abort mission and go your separate ways. Thank you very much, Sister Lola. God bless you. Okay, let me see another one here. All right. On the first situation that we addressed, the lady with the young boy who's just looking for a way to make life better, Sister Lola got this to say. She said, you will need to be creative so as to introduce the missing aspect. Do you or dad have trusted male figures who have male children that you feel he could benefit from being around? If you do, it could be worth speaking with them and seeing how they can contribute their time around activities you feel he will benefit most from. Another angle will be getting him involved in activities like martial arts or any sport of his preference. The idea is to instill some sort of discipline, because these activities help in honing transferable skills, which will benefit him later in life. If you are in the States, there are organizations of Black men who give their time as big brothers to boys and young men. Their aim is to help empower the young men in the area. If you live in the UK, there is something similar in London. It may be worth looking into that. All these are suggestions, but also do some research on how you can support your son. There are books you can read, introduce him to men he can look up to as role models. You will need to be very intentional. You have come this far, so keep doing your best and leave the rest to God. God bless you absolutely, my lovely sister Lola. I see Cece's response too, but Cece was agreeing with sister Lola. And then I think we have one issue of friend or no friend. Okay, there is this issue we treated yesterday about a man being friendly with his exes, or no, the one having a lot of friends. So Sisi actually say, no ex need to be friend. Once the relationship is over, yes, be worried. She will eventually make a comeback. All right, thank you, everybody. Now for me, Okudaya and I will probably round up. When it comes to this issue of domestication, I'm addressing this particular one because a man wrote that in, and I believe he just wanted to feel what we think as a man. Here is my team, my brother. If domestication is a deal breaker for you, let it be a deal breaker. And I have my reason. Me too, from my own point of view, I cannot marry a woman who is not domesticated. Could it work? And the reason is that her not being domesticated may not be an issue now when you are doing boyfriend, girlfriend, or at the early stages of the marriage. It might not be an issue. House not the dirty. House usually stay clean if both of you are clean people. So the domestication of washing plate, how many plates are you guys going to use? But where that a woman being domesticated become very important is once children started getting involved. If you marry a woman who is not domesticated, your house will be a dustbin. I'm sorry. There is no cover on this one. A woman who is not domesticated will struggle with cleanliness around the house. Because, yes, we can say, hire help, pay somebody to clean the house. Yeah. What about the day you pay people to clean the house and they don't show up? How about the day you have friends around? You people just hang around late into the night. All the house is a mess. How about your kitchen? A woman is not domesticated. She will have issue washing her own pot after cooking. It will be a lot of work. So my brother, I know you send this in. You probably trust us to be practical about this. I will tell you this now. If you know, when you, like I said in my introduction, if you picture yourself as a husband married to a woman who does not joke with having a clean house, don't settle for a woman like this. I know you say you love her, but please don't settle. It won't work. Being domesticated is inbuilt. It has to be something you learn as you are growing up. Your dad, your mom would have taught you one way or the other. Somebody who does not find joy in doing that. Remember, women do a lot around the house. Even if you hire house help, hire everything, hire chef, hire every freaky thing, women still do a lot. Or when it comes to your child, nanny could take care of your child around the clock. So my advice is simple. If you know this domestication is not a big deal, well, I love her, I think I can manage, go ahead. But if you are like the majority of us, African men, Nigerian men in particular, that our wife being hands-on really means so much, please don't do it. Now, if you even meet a woman who is domesticated, that does not mean you are not going to help, because this is part of the issue we are dealing with right now. A lot of men just believe that the wife should do everything. If that the reason you wrote in is because you are looking for a wife that will do everything, if that is part of that domestication, I am not in support of that. We have moved past that era where you are going to leave all the housework for one woman to be dealing with. It's a lot. And I'll tell you from a place of a brother, every time, before I don't know that women do a lot until my kids are coming and I see the amount of work their mom is doing. And anytime their mom have something that take her out of the house, even 1 week, I almost won't die from doing housework alone. No. You see, so that laundry is a lot of work. Plate wash is a lot of work. And when children are involved, they eat round the clock. Okay. When it comes to cooking, I believe you can always find a way around it. You know, it's not. There are some women who are really good at cooking, but they just don't like cooking all the time. So you can work around it. But if you are written from a place of, I've been with this lady, she hates anything domestic chores, she hates it like a plague. And your dream is to be married to a woman who will give you the kind of home that you wanted, then don't do it. Because a lot of men, that is what we want. We want to come back from work, come back from anywhere and see that our house is clean. All right. And that is why some of us, we always thank, we always appreciate, and we help as much as we can. Okay. You have to help. So it's not just leave it to the woman alone. That's my take on that domestication. I address it because it was written by Emmanuel. And this one about your fiance wanting explanation for everything, my sister, I honestly think that your man might have some trust issues around you. He might be curious. There can be so many things going on with this explanation for everything. I wish you give me more context. I actually send a note to her. If she respond and she highlights the area she thinks she's concerned, I will bring it back. But with what you sent in, that man have trust issue. He doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust your words. Probably that's the reason he wants you to explain everything. Or he might be genuinely curious. But whichever way we look at it, we can also say maybe you yourself, you are moving in such a way that the brother need clarity. You know, you guys are not married yet. So maybe how you do some things, the way you move or something, he continuously wants to know, Auntie, what is going on? Tell me, explain to me. He could be that, but I don't think this is a healthy relationship if you have to explain yourself all the time. And lastly, the lady that wrote in and asked about not wanting to be asking her man money, you want your man to be giving you money. I think sister Janet, Honey Babe, and Misty, please pay attention to what they say. It's a different stroke for different people on this one. As a man, for me, I got to be honest with you. I've been married for a while now. I still don't believe that I had to just look at you and just give you money. I'm sorry. One thing, however, that I know I did very good is anytime you ask, you have almost 95% chances that I will give you the money. There are times when I do things on my own, or I can just say, okay, babe, make I just wire $300 to you or just $200, but that is not every time because it differs for every man. For instance, for me, I thank God that at least I get relatively closer to what I want in a woman. I've been one man who don't ever want to be married to a woman that need me to give her money for everything. You should have your own money. There are some things that when you even ask your man to give you money for, it's kind of, it's below you. You want to buy underwear, you ask your man for money. You want to buy bra, you ask your man for money. And what are you doing with your money? What are you doing with your money? There are things you need to ask your man money for, and the man cannot say no. I'm not saying maybe once in a while you can just say, babe, I'm broke, I need money. At least my own madam, they do that shit so many times. Baby, I'm broke. Can you send me something out of the blue? But don't make it a point. Please don't make it a point that you need to be asking a man for money all the time. It doesn't work with some of us. In fact, I'm not speaking for all brother, I'm speaking for myself. For me, it's irritating. I prefer you ask me. Another thing is sometimes we don't like playing detective. We don't know. I think my sister Misty mentioned nails. Did you know? Nobody should laugh me. Oh. Do you know that I don't know the duration of nails? Like when a lady does their fingers, how long it should stay before they change it? Me, I'll just notice, color don't change for madam hand or leg. I don't know when they do it. So like people might say, oh, like give me money. Yeah, you should know to give me money to do my. I don't know when you are doing nails. I'm sorry. So please, it's different for everybody. Sometimes if your man wants you to ask. The where I might think there is problem is if you ask him, he now started interrogating you for money that is not even much. I would say there are issues there. Then another thing is, does he have that financial capability to give you that money every time? Because this is one thing I advise my fellow brothers. As a married man, and for those who don't know, please take note of this. As a married man, depending on your income, always set aside certain amount of money, whether small or big, every month. Just set it aside that my wife may call me and say, I need this. Or my woman may say, just set that money aside. If you are lucky, which I doubt you won't be, if you are lucky, she went through the whole month, she no ask for that money, bros, shout hallelujah, transfer the money to the next month. So if you ask him, he doesn't drop, I have problem with that. But if every time you ask him, he drops, please, I don't think this should be an issue you should be concerned about, my sister. This is where they always say communication. That's just my take. Thank you, everybody. I see Uncle Dayo and Sisi just joining. Let me allow you drop your take real quick, but I'm running already. Thank you, Sister Janet. Thank you, my honey babe. Thank you, my Misty. Thank you very much. All right, Uncle Dayo and Sisi. Uncle Dayo, your take real quick, so that Sisi.
Thank you, Uncle Ben.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. I just want to talk about the lady that says that a man does not give her money except she asks. I think there is a dynamism to every relationship. Okay. I personally, as a person, now this is not general, this is personal now. I like giving my my wife money anytime that I have it. Not because she asks, because I know that there are some basic things that she may need to do. That is me. But I know some men, like what Uncle Beno just said now, that anytime you ask, they will give you. But don't expect them to be like doing detective or doing James Bond on your behalf. To be reading your mind to know that, oh, you need to go and do your nails, or you need to go and make your hair. So they're supposed to be giving you money. No. So that's why I said there is a dynamic to it. I mean, there's a dynamism to it. Anytime you want to, like, it depends on who you are going out with, or who you are in a relationship with. If the person is type that is always proactive, wanting to give you chop money, pocket money, or maybe whatever it is, fine. If it's not, it does not mean that he is stingy. It does not mean that he doesn't care for you. What it simply means is that the kind of person that believes that if you need, you will ask. Some men are like that. That I'm here for you. Anything you need, just tell me. I will provide it for you. But if you're waiting for him to be giving it to you, it may not work like that. So what I would just advise is that try to communicate with him and let him know. If anytime you ask is giving you, then know that that's the kind of person that he is. Then don't hold it against him. Okay, that's my take. As for the other one that says that she does not have a man figure in the life of the child so that she can be able to do something about it, I will just say this: please do everything possible to get somebody that that your boy can be kind of relating with. Is very, very important, so that he does not grow up without having a male figure in his life, because it's very important. When child gets to a certain stage or to a certain age, he needs that man factor in his life to be able to adjust in some ways, because there's something in a boy child when he grows to a certain age, that ego in him as a man will begin to show, and that's when he begins to see himself to be superior. So sometimes the mother may not be able to curtail it anymore. That's where a man needs to step in to like teach him to control that ego and to like blend him to be able to use it properly, so that it does not, because it's just an inborn It's just an inborn thing in every male child. They will grow to a certain age, they will now realize that, oh, I'm a man, I'm not supposed to be like this, I'm not supposed to be like that. That's when they normally have problem with their mom. But if there's a male figure in his life, I'm able to teach him how to control it and how to maintain that ego so that it does not go on the bad side. I think that's what I would say for now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Uncle Dio.
Hi,
Sensei.
Uncle Dario. How are you?
Hey, my Misty, how are you?
I'm okay. I've missed you. I just wanted to say
I
hello.
miss you too, my sister. Hi,
Bye.
our Liga Dominion Pro Max. You're welcome, ma.
You do not want Abby to sue you for that title.
Abby is
All
my
right.
baddest host, so there's no problem.
Speak backstage. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Missy, my little sis.
Yes, Kofango.
Kope.
Oh my God.
Uncle Beno, I tell you.
She's speaking hello in English, literally. Like this is my lost
That's why I
language.
said. This is why I said I'm not gonna speak actually because this
so
is how my
Sissy
cousins
speaking a
make fun of
language.
me.
Wow.
Let me speak
I never knew
my
that she could speak a
English.
language. I never knew. Wow.
Well, we speak very similar. When I call Sissy, I end up speaking to her mom, not her.
Yeah, into my
Oh my
mom, not
God.
me.
I know.
How are you, my love? Long time. Hope you're well. We'll speak backstage.
I've been under the weather, but we shall talk
Oh,
backstage. Thank you.
all right.
Yeah.
Uncle
Nice to see you,
Dio,
man.
Papi in the house.
Hey, how are you, my sister? You are
I'm
blessed. Though. I've
good.
missed you. I
Oh,
hope my brother is taking care of you, which I know. Anyway, he's
I'm the
doing
one
good.
taking care of him. His dad is around. I'm here doing in-law duties. So
Oh,
it's
that's a
fine.
wonderful one. I trust you, my sister.
They paid my bride price. I'm doing what I said
Hello.
don't do.
Don't worry.
I'm
Don't worry.
joking.
I was going to ask
Sissy,
you,
you
how
are
did
so
you find
wrong.
Nigeria?
All right, Sissy, what are your take?
Yes.
What are your talk? Make I come on here. I gotta go to work.
Oh,
Okay.
Uncle Ben is back to work. Sorry.
Today that I
Holiday's
planned to do 2
over.
hours, you people want to
Damn.
make it 3 hours.
Where's Abby?
Yes,
Okay.
holiday is over. Abby is
What's
traveling.
the okay, the one about giving money. I agree with Uncle Dio with the scenario that he gave where he said, look, men are not mind readers as much as we want them to be. If you don't tell your man, my issue would have been if the girl was like, oh, my man doesn't give me money, my man acts like he doesn't know that I have these needs, my man is not offering. But for the fact that you asked him and he gave you, then I mean sometimes you have to take your wins and take your losses, right? Men are not mind readers. It's not every man that's attentive to know, oh, my girlfriend needs her nails done, like Uncle Ben said, oh, my girlfriend needs her hair done. They can do that for a while, but when in the grand scheme of things, they're not going to keep up that momentum. So if the man is giving you money when you ask, what's the problem? What's the problem?
So the question I'm asking is that, is it him not taking initiative, is that a problem?
It can be a problem in the sense that if you've asked him, but should that be the end of a relationship? If that's not something that he's gonna do, but he gives you when you ask, then you have to take you have to take what you get sometimes. A person can't be perfect. Do you understand? And I feel like men are not that not all men are that in tune to be like, okay, my girlfriend has told me she needs her nails done on the 28th of every month. When it comes to the 28th of every month, they'll mark it on the calendar, they'll set a timer, they'll remember. A man is not going to do that. A man who's busy, a man who's got shit to do, he's not going to be thinking about your nails, right? So you as a woman, take the initiative to say, you know what? There's some things that my man is capable of doing. I love that about him. There's some things that my man, not that he's not capable, but it's just not in him to do those things. Am I going to end the relationship? No. Is it annoying? Yes. But is this something that I can work with and just say, hey, babe, you know what? At the end of, on the 28th, I'm going to, can we agree that you send me money for my nails? If he says yes and he sends you the money, what's the problem?
Yeah, as long as you get the result that you want, which is
sending the money. Did you receive the money? Did you get what you needed? Fine. Did he initiate it or did he anticipate that need? No problem. He can work on it, right? I don't think it's something that you should be. I mean, everybody's different, right? But I feel like sometimes we need to set expectations of people within the remit that they're able to do that in. They're not going to be able to do everything bells and whistles Take what you can. If that works, great. If it doesn't work for you, okay, fine. But to me, it's not really a big deal. If you told me that he wasn't giving you money and you've asked, then we have a problem. For as long as he's giving money, there shouldn't be a problem. Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
No, I agree with that.
Okay, how about explanation for everything? Someone said the man wants explanation for everything.
I didn't understand this one, but to me, I feel like it's a red flag because when you say the person wants an explanation for everything, it's giving controlling. It's giving, if you say something or if you say, oh, I'm going to go here, he will start doing interrogation, right? She didn't say, oh, he needs explanation on a certain topic or the weather, or we have politics discussion and we'll be explaining going back. If you're saying everything, that means that there's an element of control somewhere. So to me, any man that needs to be questioning what a grown-ass woman is doing left, right, and center as if you're her dad, even at a certain point, your parents should not be questioning what you're doing as an adult with your own autonomy. So your man should not be questioning you over everything. That's a red flag. So the person needs to give a bit more context, but already I feel like it's a red flag.
Yeah, it sounds looks like that. Okay. This one about girlfriend is not domesticated. What would you advise? This is coming from a man anyway. It's coming from a man.
Of course it will come from a man. Is he domesticated? So if you're domesticated, what's your concern?
No, Sissy, people wrote this in and they are serious about these questions, right?
Okay.
So
jokes aside,
I just want us to really be serious with it. These are issues that are really bothering some people.
Yes.
So what would you say with respect to domestication?
Okay, even if we're being serious, you yourself that you're writing in, are you domesticated? For the fact that you love her, for the bits that she cannot do, whether it's like for me, I don't iron. My man knows that about me. It's not to me that you'll find ironing. So our things are not ironed. Okay? If it's something that he wants ironed, I can iron for him. Is it something I'm going to do every single day? If we're married, I'll be ironing. No, I'll probably outsource it, right? There's dry cleaners that come pick up your stuff. They'll bring it back. It's ironed. He doesn't have a problem with that. No problem. If he wants to iron it, even better. So if it's those type of things, fine. But if you're saying she's not domesticated, as in she doesn't cook, she does not clean, she doesn't like tidy up for herself, she's messy, and then she leaves everything scattered, then to me, there would be an issue. Definitely. Because can you live with that type of person? I think that's more of an upbringing or something that the person needs to change about themselves. But when you say domesticated, some of the things that are domesticated, can you do them? Are you happy to do them? If you're not, then if that's a reason that you feel is your deal breaker, okay, walk away from the relationship then. But have you spoken to the person about it? Is it something that they're willing to change? Or is it that they don't have time and they would rather outsource those things, but you want her to be the one to do them? Again, control. Right? There's some things that to make life easy for people that live in the West, for example, you can outsource certain things, outsource cleaning, outsource your dry cleaning, if it makes your lives easier as a couple or as a family. There's no problem with that, right? But if you want, or you're that type of traditional man that you want your wife to be breaking her back, washing your clothes, ironing, running around cleaning, and then you are saying that that's your version of domesticated, then you need to sit down and discuss if that's something that is your deal breaker. If it is, then walk away from the relationship. Find the person that is your domesticated person. But if it's something that you can tolerate and accommodate and work with, then yeah, pick up the slack where she's not picking up if you also want to. If you two, you're domesticated. That's why I asked the question. Yeah.
Well said, Cece. I love it. Love your take.
Jesus Christ, you guys are not good counselors. I'm just joking. Anyway. Sissy, you want to say anything about the sister who has that young man and kind of worried about the dad not being around.
Yeah, I think I started typing and I got distracted. I was in a meeting. So Sister Lola actually said everything that I literally was typing. I got called into a meeting, and then when I came back, she had dropped literally almost everything identical to what I was gonna say. So I think most people already said, look, I don't know, I think she said that the husband has an illness currently, or the husband is ill or something. So
Yeah.
for me, I think most people would have said all of the things. Find him maybe somebody that's a good role model in the community, whether it's a sports, a coach, a club that he can be engaged with to see other men, right, in the community. However, that does not negate the fact that he still has a father that is present in his household. And I feel like irrespective of the illness that the father has, as long as it's not something that is debilitating, it's not something that is a chronic illness where you're like you're stuck to your bed or something like that, constant pain, all these things. Even that, you can still set aside time. I feel like the mum can do that with the dad's with the dad's participation. Set time aside to have one-on-one time with that child, right? The father and the son should have that time. Whether it's the dad being with him whilst he's playing his video games and being engaged, whether it's something like a task that they can do together, if the dad is capable physically, right? He can still show up for his son within the household. I don't think that's a good enough excuse to say, oh, because the person is not well. You're still a father, whether you're ill. As a mother, whether I've got flu, whether I've got COVID, I still have to show up for my kids. I had surgery a few months back. I still had to show up for my kids. So it's just part of being a parent, right? Do what you can. Keep it little and often, even if it's 20 minutes or reading together. Just having intentional, undisturbed time with his son to talk about things, I don't know, that boys and men talk about with each other. I think that's important alongside all of the things that people would have suggested, like the mentors or the clubs or the coaches as well.
You are absolutely right, Sissy. Thank you very much. And that's why I said it's important. Being present is one thing, talking to the boy is another thing, because even if you are present, you still have to constantly talk to your boy.
Absolutely.
You get my point, right? So that's why I also advise that maybe for the time being, the mother should just have conversation with the husband, let him be calling the boy frequently so that the boy will
Are they not in the same house?
No. The husband work far away. The job far away. And also there are some health underlying conditions and things like that. So
okay.
The lady is not complaining about the marriage at all. Just as a mom, she was just worried that, oh, my son is almost
lacking the father figure.
It's almost 10 and all of that. And I kind of feel her pain because my Denzel is 10. So and I see a lot of changes. Even from 8 years old, I notice a lot of changes in Denzel. And I also see how boys and dad relate,
Yeah.
There is this between father and son. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I got you kind of thing,
Yeah, but I think it's important. The dad can still show up. Like when I separated from my son's dad, his dad, like we instilled this thing where his dad would always call in after the day, after his own day, because he has a very busy schedule, busy job as well. Like when he settled in his evening, which would be like after bedtime, maybe between 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, that type of time. That's his time to call, and him and his son will have conversation. How was school? What did you do? Every single day. They'll do that thing every blasted day, right? And then even sometimes if he's got like homework, they'll do it on FaceTime. Okay, can you jump onto the computer and do your thing? If his dad is driving back from site, because his dad is a quantity surveyor. So if he's driving back, he's like, okay, you can be reading because their school then, they have to do reading every day. 10 minutes of reading, right? They need to read and then write like a book review or something. The dad is like, okay, you can grab your book, read to me whilst I'm driving. That is being present. You don't have to be with the child, but it's something that he did consistently.
You got it.
Even when his son didn't, even sometimes when you call and his son will be like, oh, I don't want to speak to he's like, his dad will call my phone and be like, can you put him on the phone? Or get him to call me before he goes to sleep so that I can catch up with him and understand, what's going on in the day. And they'll have that time, even if it's 30 minutes, 1 hour, however long. But I think it's important that the dad should not use, oh, I don't live or I work away. It's a cop out. You're a parent, so show up. You can do so many things with technology now. There's no excuse.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you,
very,
sister.
very true. Very, very true. Well said,
All right.
please.
Honey babe, finish your talk, please.
No, I said very, very true. Like I said to you, when my eldest son's dad was doing BT nonsense all over North England, every single day around 7 o'clock, I'll get him to speak to my son. Normally because it's an issue to get him to log in for his tuition because he has private tuition. But I made sure that every single day, regardless of, like CC said, many times he wouldn't want to speak to his dad. Do you know what I do? I use my phone. Your father wants to speak to you, and I give him my phone so that he can speak to his dad. So it's very, very important. Even if you're not physically there as a dad, like CC said, there's FaceTime, there's WhatsApp on video, there's there's Zoom. There's no excuse.
God bless you, honey babe. That's the way to go. That's just the way to go. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Abby is not available.
Abby.
In the comments, though.
Abby slacking. I need to, Uncle Benny, you need to show me how to hold down the studio. So we can be holding down the studio.
I will show you. But you that you are busy more than busy.
I know. Once in a while. But yeah, great show. I was listening in the background anyway. I loved everybody's contribution, and see you on the next one. Honey babe, good to have you back.
Thank you.
I love how you and Lady G were tag teaming Uncle Ben. I said, rest in peace today.
We like to see you be on his toes. On his toes.
I said, who sent you two into tag team Uncle Ben today? God help him.
Actually, I'm gonna bring that conversation back.
Which conversation?
About these people struggling with finances and.
Oh yes, please, because I had input from my own partner. I'll add it when you bring that back. It was very interesting from a man's perspective. Yeah,
I'm gonna bring the conversation back because I think sister need to hear some of the things we really have to say about it, whether we like it or not. We are moving into an era where more women will be richer than their husband. Even already now, a lot of women are already getting richer than their husband. And the thing is, those who are very wise, both husband and wife who are wise, they make it work.
But why would you say richer than your husband? If you're doing it together, you're both rich together equally, right?
Because we have to address it.
Okay. We'll address.
We have to address it. I might bring it up tomorrow.
Yes, please.
Once I see what my schedule
Please do. I'm happy to be educated. I know you think that I'm always like fighting you, but I'm happy to be educated. I just think that sometimes the reason why Lady G and myself kind of like probably don't let you finish what you want to say, which I do apologize today, is the fact that I feel that sometimes we do gender wars, and I'm very much about being consistent and about if we're learning, it's for both genders.
Basically, I'm not even doing gender war. That's why I'm glad that. I'm glad that we have this segment now where people can actually write in. My team, my focus is on people that want to make their relationship work. I'm not interested. All those people fighting. I think I'm done. I've got my share of social media back and forth with that. My focus right now is for people who want their relationship to work, they want their marriage to work. They are seeking how to make it work. So that was where I was coming from when I was saying, whether we like it or not, more women will be making more money than men. But there are some conversation around that I think some brothers and some sisters are not ready for. And if we don't have that conversation, we will still get in the same result. Ideally, like everybody said, a husband is richer or wife is richer is not supposed to matter if they truly have a good marriage. A marriage where they are transparent, where they work together, where they believe that money shouldn't be the determinant of the direction their marriage should go. A lot of people make it work. I see them here all the time, like this American. I know in this Austin, I can count up to 4 Nigerian women who are doing way better than their husband. But if you do not get into a circle where they actually explain to you the source of their money, you will never know When you just see them in parties, you see them at events, you would never ever know that this is the person that actually started this thing that is bringing money. Until you get into that deep conversation and people explain, you say, wow. So whether we like it or not, we need to have this conversation. Over here now, any woman that started in a group home where people can, the government can allocate a resident for you, you take care of them, you will blow if you manage it very well. Any woman who is a pharmacist in this America, if you are a pharmacist for 5 years, if you are not blowing between 5 to 10 years, something is wrong. So there are so many feeds that many of our sisters have now opened their eyes that, hey, I don't have to stick to my salary alone. I can actually diversify. And that allows them to make more money. But should every time a woman is making more money, should that automatically lead to them having serious trouble in their marriage? No.
But why should it? What's the man doing? But we'll discuss. Uncle Ben, we've talked about this before. You men are too busy pocket watching women, but you're not focusing on building your own funds to get up to that level. If my man is watching me and how much I'm earning, and he's not using that as a catalyst to push himself to earn more or exceed my own, then of course you're going to have competition. It shouldn't be a competition. You should also be focusing on your focus to get your money up too. But I feel like a lot of men are not doing that, and then they're becoming salty and becoming bitter and having all these epistles online about, oh, their woman is doing this, their woman is doing that. No, you are not pushing yourself forward financially, and you're not meeting up to the task, and then you're becoming like salty about the whole situation, you know? So men need to do better, please. Let's start talking to men as well to build themselves. Because the woman, as parents say, does she have two heads? She doesn't have two heads. What she's doing, you can do it too. And if the two of you are together, you can even do it maybe treble or whatever. So what's the issue? I just feel like men are looking at the wrong thing and making it a competition when it's really not a competition. Work with your woman, make money together, succeed together, and life will be sweet. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I keep saying this. One team, one dream, people. Come on. Your team.
I've said it before. Men will start getting, as soon as a woman makes more money than him, his ego is immediately dented. You can ask the man, oh, babe, can you get me water? The man will be standing by the fridge open. Water will be near his hand. You say, oh, babe, can you get me water? He will say, oh, because she's earning more money than me.
Bye-bye. We talk tomorrow.
Oh, she's earning more money than me. She's bossing me around.
Bye, CC. Bye, Onibe. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
They want to open another kind of worms.
Yeah,
let's go to sleep.
They want to start trouble.
Let's go to sleep.
Thank you.
CC Onibe, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Misty.
You are watching Trending Blogs with UB.